Welcome to Don't Be a Wally Part 2. Now don't get me wrong, unless you've had someone teaching you from the very beginning on how to drive a boat, most boaters start off as Wallies just like I did. But I'm going to tell you some stuff that will help keep me from identifying you as a Wally. So one is, how do you treat your rider when they fall? What do you do? Well, you don't want to do a power turn. No power turns. What happens in a power turn is you're sending waves all the way down the cove. You know, we talked in the first video about driving a line. Well, as long as you're going straight, all the waves are going out. But when you do that power turn, you're sending waves down the cove. So don't do a power turn. Now there's some exceptions to that. You know, if there's a medical emergency, by all means get back. If there's a boat bearing down and you're afraid they're going to not see your rider, you want to get back right away. So, you know, there's some exceptions to not doing a power turn. So during the power turn, or whenever your rider falls, you want to let the boat settle down. You'll actually feel the backing kind of lift up a little bit. Turn around, and then you can power on back. You know, as long as you're in your line, you just power on back and then go around them. So whenever you get back to your rider, you always want to have your rider on your driver's side where you can see them. It's just common sense. Better, safe. I mean, it's safer if you can see them. There's an exception to that, and that's if you're wake surfing and they're surfing on the port side. The rope is so short it's hard to do that. But generally you have lots of people in the boat with you, so you make sure you have a designated person that's watching for your rider, that you don't get in trouble and put them in harm's way. So whenever you're coming back to your rider to get them the rope, there's there's one really good way. I'm going to tell you that way. So your rider's in the water. If you come back really close to them, they're going to have the rope like from right away, and it's going to be going through their hands. They got all this rope to contend with. But if you'll go away from them, out or behind them, and then come back and be close to them on the way back, the rope will drag around and they'll just catch the back end of the rope, the last half of the rope, which is a lot better. You know, if the rider's here and you come in tight, well, you can only turn so sharp, so you're going to be out like this, and they're going to have that rope, you know, up around their neck and trying to deal with it. So it's just better to do it this way. So, and then at the end of the day, this is when you come back to pick up your rider, you know, they're done with their run and you're going to pick them up to put them back in the boat. There's a couple ways that you can do it, and I'll tell you the two ways I do. One is you can just cruise up right beside them and then just hit reverse. Most ski boats or wakeboard boats will pull left or right. Most of them pull right. So I just pull up beside them and then hit reverse, and it'll pull the back end of the boat towards them a little bit. But if you want to be fancy and impress your friends in the boat, when you come up, before you get to them, just turn away and then hit reverse. The back end of the boat will swing right around to them, you know, and that's kind of a cool thing to do. Now don't practice this too close to them, and if it's windy or choppy, probably not a good time to try to learn this little trick. But you know, that's a cool little thing to impress your friends that, you know, you're a cool boat driver or whatever. But anyway, so I hope this helps to not be a Wally.